Hey, this is James. This is video making. I'm with Western Express. I just started. I've been training for about a little over 2 weeks now, and I've been over the road for 2 weeks, and we're at my trainer's house. I spent 2 days there because I didn't get a hotel from Western Express, but that's okay because I just got one. I'm probably going to be here for a day or two. I'm located in Mobile, Alabama. So it's been the experience. I just want to show you the hotel that I'm at. Here it is. Can you see that? It's the Red Roof Inn, located in Mobile, Alabama. So I just wanted to let you know that's the hotel, and I also want to show the inside of the hotel, which is it's not that bad. So I just been here. I got here I think last night. Went out, had some breakfast at the Waffle House, and got a haircut. I think we'll probably be going back out in another day, I guess. This is my room here. Okay. This is the room that Western Express gave me. Here it is. Bathroom here. Here's the shower. So, looking to go back out again with my trainer, hopefully for another 2 weeks, and then by that time, about three weeks from now, it's going to be Thanksgiving. I'm hoping to go home. I had to clarify some things with Western Express. I was kind of concerned. I thought I may have signed a contract with them during orientation that I didn't know too much about. I called the training department up, and they said that pretty much that I didn't sign a contract, that I wasn't obligated to stay. I could go home if I wanted to, but I would have to pay for the bus ride home. So I said there wasn't a problem with that, but I wanted to stick it out for about another 2 to 3 more weeks if possible, to get more training and possibly work for this company to see how it goes in the next couple weeks. I'm very new at this, so I just want to document some of the stuff. I wish I could have made more videos in the past 2 weeks, but we were just so busy. I didn't have time to stop. We were at truck stops. We were pulled over on the side of the road, making deliveries in all types of different situations. The other thing was, the reason why I'm doing these videos is because if you're new at this, you may not know what you're getting yourself involved in, which I didn't know. The reason why I'm here is because I could not find someone to train me in northern Jersey. All the jobs were 3-month experience time, and there wasn't too many jobs available. So that's why I signed up with Western Express. My trainer that I have is A+. He must be one of the top trainers in the company, because we are riding in a new Freightliner truck. We left Nashville. When we got to Nashville about a week ago, we switched in trucks, and we're driving in a brand new Freightliner 2023, and it only had about 1,000 miles on it. 1,399 miles. We probably put about, I don't know, a good 10,000 miles now since we left there last week. So the other reason why, when I got to this company, I wasn't expecting to be driving all over the United States of America. I thought that we were going to be driving around my area, up in northern Jersey, probably up in that region, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maine, Massachusetts, New York. That's what I thought was going to happen, but no, that did not happen. I wound up driving through most of the United States of America. The one thing is when you're with your trainer is we're running this truck constantly. I have a gun-ho trainer, hardcore, who is running the truck and getting the most amount of miles. He's been training me how to do a lot of things, strapping loads down. We've run a lot of loads. So what happens is that my trainer drives for like a good 8 to 10 hours, and then once he's done, I get in the driver's seat and I drive about 8 to 10 hours. Okay. While I'm in the driver's seat, he's watching how I am doing. I don't know how he does it. He does a great job at it. He's on top of me like all the time. Any mistakes that I make. And but the other thing is why he's driving, I'm trying to get sleep in the back. And if you're used to getting your sleep, I know that's kind of a little tough to do. Why he's driving and I'm in the top bunk in the back of the truck, getting knocked up, and it's very extremely difficult. The key to this is that you get enough amount of sleep and rest. You get enough rest so that you can continue on for driving for a good 8 to 10 hours in most cases. So you get the time, you get the miles in. That's one of the most difficult things that I have doing is trying to get enough sleep so that I can do my miles. And I've done a lot of nighttime driving, so it's a little bit more different. It's a little bit easier to drive at night because there's less cars on the road, so it's easier for driving purposes. But it's very hard to drive at nighttime because your eyes start to roll sometimes, and sometimes you become fatigued. So that's a difficult part. Also, the hard part that I have is lifting those tarps. Okay, the tarps are extremely heavy, especially when they're wet. You have to get them on top of the loads and make sure that they're strapped down and that they don't fly off the truck. My roommate during orientation, he was from Baltimore, and he said that he was done doing the flatbed. He had a hard time lifting the tarps, and he also said that the tarp was not strapped down properly, and actually it flew off the truck while he was driving with his trainer on the highway. I don't know what happened, the pre-courses that happened after that, but that's what he told me about. So you got to make sure that those tarps are strapped. We picked up a load in Arizona at a truck stop. We were dropping off a load eye to the sky, which are coils for cans, and we were doing I think a T-call, picking up somebody else's load, which was sheetrock. And this guy was supposed to be trained and wasn't really trained that well, and the tarps were they had to be re-strapped up, and they weren't strapped properly at all, which I've already learned before this with my trainer. You got to make sure those sheetrocks loads are tarped, because they can't get wet at all while you're driving. So this is some of the experience that I've had so far. We picked up some styrofoam stuff somewhere down in Texas, and we drove it out to around Pensacola, Freeport, Florida. That also had to be tarped down, and stuff couldn't get wet at all. But I wanted to make this video. This was some of my experiences in the past week. I just want to make sure before you sign up with another company that you want to go through with this. It's not an easy thing. I have 2 kids and a wife in northern New Jersey on Lake Apacon, and that's probably the hard part, is leaving them. I've probably been gone for over 3 weeks to a month now, uh, and they're taking care of everything at home. Yes, there's been issues that have come up at home that I can't take care of. When your kids are upset that they're home, it plays a role on your mind. When you're in the truck, it's kind of like being in a truck is like being in on Boy Scouts, military, and also survival at the same time. Because you have to learn how to survive. You have to learn how to survive in a truck, probably living on noodles and chips and chocolate, and I mean, they're not full meals like I got at home. So it's extremely different. I think it's one of the toughest jobs that I have ever had to do in my life. But I got to see the United States. It just makes me realize how much I love being home in New Jersey. How lucky I am. Because this could be like a dangerous world out there. You're going into areas that you have no idea where you're going into. You don't know who you're going to meet. I could tell you that it's been an experience of my lifetime. Since the minute I got home, I got on the bus. Actually, I picked up the bus in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, which is over the border. And we drove the bus down to go to Western Express to orientation. I had to get a connecting bus on the Greyhound from New York City, which I'm okay with New York City. I have no problem with that. I grew up around, the Newark and New York area, so I'm okay with that. It's just that from the minute I got on the bus, there was 2 fights on the bus, but I met like 3 other really nice people. It's just, you meet a bunch of different people while you're doing this, so that's been my experiences. So I'll try and get some other videos going as soon as I can make them. But I want to let you know this experience so far. I've been about 2.5 weeks into this. I know I've been 3 weeks because I was held up at Virginia, over in Richmond, Virginia. I stayed at the Days Inn hotel up the road from Western Express. I was actually laid up in that hotel for a good week before I was able to get a trainer. I spent about a couple days during orientation. I decided to go flatbed. I thought I was interested in it, and I paid a little bit more money, and I thought that I was tough enough to deal with it. I'm still sticking it out. I'm trying to do the best I can, see what I'm capable of in the next 2 weeks. We had flatbed training in Richmond. It was PowerPoint. Okay. I don't think PowerPoint could actually help you until you're actually doing the real deal stuff. My trainer had to teach me how to strap a lot of loads down, and there's a lot involved. I wish there was more hands-on at the Virginia Richmond facility, that we actually went out and did that, but we didn't. I understand that they get that in Nashville. If you're going to the terminal in Nashville, which I've been to, they actually teach you in hands-on how to strap stuff down if you're doing flatbed. Yes, I got paid. I think it was $90 something a day. I think it was 2 days of flatbed training, but it was only on PowerPoint. But I had a couple days before that, just general orientation, because there's people there who want to just do dry van, and most of them did dry van, and there was probably about 10 of us who did flatbed. And I don't know how many people actually made it through flatbed so far in my class, but I know that Western Express is bringing in a lot of people to train, because when I first got there, there was about 30 of us during orientation, and then probably about another 10 of us went flatbed. And then while we were there for a couple days doing the orientation, there was probably another group of 50 people who came there for orientation and working for Western Express. So They're actually doing a lot of training and bringing a lot of people from all over the country at Western Express. And they're actually giving people a second chance, which is a really good thing. I've met a lot of people who mostly had criminal background checks. Well, had a criminal background, mostly that. There were some people that had points on their license or accidents there, that got a second chance, and that Western Express was going to help them train and get into that company and give them a second chance, which was a really good opportunity to get back into trucking or to get into trucking. Like, I'm just brand new at this. I have no records. I have no points on my license, and I just went there because I couldn't find someone to train me. You're going to need this experience. This is, if someone's going to give you the keys to a truck and say go to it, I think you better think that through, because back in Jersey, I had people come into my school and say, I asked them if there was any training involved, and they said, no, we're just going to give you the keys. You better think twice, because I've been in so many situations in the past 2 weeks, just crazy situations, breakdowns, things not working out, strapping loads down. I came across a bunch of truck accidents that were just ridiculously, that you couldn't even imagine. Weather conditions, just all types of things that were, life-threatening, that could be life-threatening if you didn't know what you were doing. You really need to know, you really need to have a trainer. I'm just so grateful that I didn't just take the keys from somebody and just get into a tractor trailer. I'm sacrificing right now so that I get the proper training that I need, so that I don't actually kill somebody in a truck, because it is very possible that you could get in a serious accident. So you might want to consider that before you just pick up the keys. And I'm still having a hard time. I've been involved in this for over 2 weeks, and it's been very difficult for me. For me, it takes me longer. It takes me a lot longer to learn something. Especially you're driving a vehicle that's like the size of a freaking jumbo jet almost, and you got to get it in tight places. You got to drop off loads in tight spots that you got to back up into, and you got to get unloaded, all right, and get out of those. Not even get into them. You have to get out of those spots as well, which is not easy. So you have to keep that in mind. So I don't know what else to tell you right now. I'm just in Alabama right now, getting some rest and recovery, so that the next couple weeks I could deal with it. So I guess that's the best video I can make at this time. All right. I'll try and make some more videos, and let you know my progress, and this way you can make an educated decision, because I wasn't expecting everything that happened to me, for sure. And it's not like it's not a play game. This is a really serious situation, a really serious business. And you have to be prepared so you don't kill yourself or anybody else. I mean, that's how dangerous it is. I'm in a very dangerous truck. I didn't realize, how dangerous it could be. I mean, just anything could go wrong in a second, literally in a second. Okay. We've had brake failures. We've had straps come off, and we actually had a service line that was cut that we didn't know about on our trailer. Okay, I'm driving now. You got to think about this. Our truck is probably a $250,000 truck. Okay, because it's brand new, and then also the trailer is probably about $30,000 to $50,000. So you got about, well, in our case, we have about a $300,000 item that we have strapped to us that we're driving. Okay, and we're driving them in dangerous situations. But the other thing I wanted to tell you that I mean, my wife was very concerned about me. She didn't want me to leave the house. I mean, that's because she was very concerned about me, and you know, she needed help at home too. But the thing is I had to these trucks. I had to tell her how actually they're pretty more safer than a lot of other trucks that are out there. They have safety features on them. I'm driving a governed truck that their first truck went up to 63 miles an hour. Okay, 63 miles an hour. Our truck now goes to up to 61 miles an hour. Okay, and they actually give you warnings. The truck, if you hit the lines on the side, you get warnings. It's like an Atari sound that comes on in the truck. It goes da 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 when you hit a line on the side of the road or even in the center of the road. It also warns you the miles per hour signs. Some of the mile per hour signs, you know, they're actually changed, or they're not always updated at all. Okay, it also gives you a signal if you're following too close to somebody. So that's like a really good safety feature. These are safety features that are on these trucks that will help you. Because when I'm driving, I have, like, a lot of the roads you could go 70 miles an hour on, and I have the pedal to the metal, man. And at nighttime, these trucks, I know the ones who are not governed, most of them are not governed trucks, and I don't think you really need to go faster than 65 miles an hour, you know, to stay safe. So, and I have the pedal to the metal, and these other trucks are flying by me. They got to be doing 70 or 80. And these are probably the trucks that are the ones that I've seen in accidents flipped over. We saw a truck flipped over 2 days ago on the way back from Pensacola, Florida, and it had the whole highway jammed up. I think it was on Route 10, I think it was, on the way back to Alabama. All right, and it was pretty dangerous. I also saw one in New Mexico. There was some major route out there. I think it was either 40 or 440. I don't remember. We were going through the desert. Same exact thing. We come upon a truck. It was flipped over, and I'm saying to myself, you know what? That must have been one of the trucks that freaking passed me at nighttime. You know, they just got a little bit further ahead of me, and then they just wrecked it. So I know that this is dangerous for sure. You know, so I just want you to hear some of my stories so that you can make an idea of what you want to do if trucking is for you. I mean, I'm trying to go through Western Express, trying to get my education here, and then maybe possibly go home, you know, after some time. I don't know when that will be, and go home and get a daily job, you know. That's because my family needs me at home. I mean, this is an experience of a lifetime, seeing the United States, which is kind of cool, but I'd rather be home with my family because they need me more than me being out on the road, I think, right now. Okay, that's the kind of decisions that I have to make at this time, you know. So that's it for now until I could come up with another video. That's it. My name's James. I live in northern New Jersey, and I live in Hopatcon, New Jersey, and I live on Lake Hopatcon. Okay, so I live on Lake Hopatcon in Hopatcon, New Jersey. All right, and before I go, I mean, I interviewed probably about 5 or 6 truckers in my area that I actually really knew. They actually really knew, and they suggested that I get training, find a company that offers training, and don't take the keys. And I'm really happy that I did that, because they said it's no joke. All right, and even the trainer says to me that this is no joke and it's no play. That's what he says to me, no play. Okay, this is the real deal. All right, thank you very much. Hope you have a great night. and I'll try to make another video. Thank you. Bye.